Yo, look!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you see the blood splatter on the ring. Two backs are definitely insane. Ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to do is we're going to do some trivia, see how much you know. I'm going to throw it up there on the screen, and I'm going to ask you what the best fights in the world is. This is reasoning. Is it A, Los Angeles? B, Philadelphia? C, Las Vegas?
He's an absolute fucking scumbag. No man leaves his wife at home to take care of kids and then tries to talk and pick up teenage girls at an event while his wife ain't around, his wife's home cooking, taking care of the kids. Like what are you doing, man? He put me in a real fucked up spot. And I'm not sorry that my kid fucked him up. I have a 18-year-old kid and a 20-year-old kid. I'm not sorry that they fucking dumped on him. I'm not.
Chaos erupted at BKFC KnuckleMania 6 when former UFC stars Mike Perry and Eddie Alvarez clashed in an unscheduled brawl in the stands. Security and police had to step in, but the altercation has already sparked a firestorm online.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, bro? Good. How are you? Good to see you boys, man.
Eddie Alvarez is still burning when he thinks about the moment that led to the explosion at the BKFC event. From his perspective, Mike Perry stepped over a major line by involving his family and putting his son in an uncomfortable situation. Alvarez feels the pressure rising, the crowd watching, and the responsibility of being a father all at once. With emotions running high, he is ready to tell his side of what forced everything to erupt.
Mike turns to my son and basically telling him, like, that's going to happen. If you have a girl, guys are going to try to talk to him. It's like trying to like he's his fucking father or something. I'm like, what are you doing, man? He's drunk as shit. And then he tells my son, he tells Eddie that he should do something about it. If he didn't like it, he should do something. So a 130-pound kid should do something to Mike Perry if he didn't like him trying to talk to his girl. And then he turns to me and says to me, hey, I'm sorry. I know I'm wrong, but I think you should do something about it. To my face like that. What the fuck am I supposed to do? You're a mess, drunk mess, trying to bitch up my son, trying to talk to a teenage girl. My whole family's here. My son Anthony's there. You put me in a real bad spot, like terrible spot as a father.
Eddie Alvarez stands by the reaction, saying it was fully warranted. He makes it clear that no one got seriously hurt and that he's glad everyone is okay, but stresses that crossing the line with someone's family comes with consequences. Eddie Alvarez: it was deserved and asked for. Ask Mike and he will agree. I'm glad Mike's okay and nobody got hurt. You can't with someone's family and expect to be cordial. Eddie Alvarez further breaks down the night from his perspective, starting with what he sees as the first false claim. He says the girl Mike Perry mentions was never in his way. She was off to the side, small, and completely harmless. Alvarez stresses she's a teenager and his son's girlfriend, and that his sons are raised with respect and manners. In his view, there was never any reason for disrespect, and no one in his family would provoke Mike Perry.
So I just want to kind of turn it over to you and say, what exactly happened?
Yeah, so I think Mike's telling the world, that he got bumped by a girl and he turned around and was like, oh, excuse me. Like, that's the first lie of the whole story. The girl was not even, she was all the way on the side, off to the side. There's no way she could have bumped him. She didn't even have to go into the row. She was like off to the side. But she was in Mike Perry's vision. But the girl's a teenage girl. She's a little girl. She's 100 pounds. She's a teenage girl. It's my son's girlfriend, Kira. And she's not never been to fighting or anything like that. And my sons, I have the most respectful sons on earth. Like, my sons are old school. They were raised old school, crazy respectful. Mike Perry would snap my son in half. Like, he would never be disrespectful to Mike Perry.
Eddie Alvarez describes what happened next, explaining how he saw Mike Perry behave toward his son's girlfriend. While his wife was at home, Perry allegedly said something inappropriate to the teenage girl. When Alvarez's son tried to clarify what was said, Perry dismissed him, talking down to the 130-pound teenager and making Alvarez feel like his son was being bullied in front of the family.
But this guy, you know, why his, you know, wife is home taking care of the kids and cleaning. He's out trying to talk to teenage girls. And he turned around and he said something pretty nasty to my son's girlfriend. And my son turns to her and said, "What'd he say?" And then he says again, the only thing my son did hear of him, he goes, "I'm sorry." He says, "I'm sorry. Did that make you uncomfortable? What I said, did that make you uncomfortable?" And my son heard that. And my son said, he was sincerely like questioning Mike, like, what did you say to make her uncomfortable? He wanted to know, like, he was saying, does that make you uncomfortable, what I was saying to you? To the girl. And when he said that, Mike turns to my son, who's 130 pounds, like a little guy, says, "I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to her." And I'm like, you're bullying a kid.
Mike Perry also admits he clashed with Eddie Alvarez's son after getting frustrated, but he frames Alvarez's reaction as a father doing what any parent would. He insists the situation never escalated to anything he wasn't prepared for, downplaying the intensity of the confrontation while acknowledging the pushback he faced. Mike Perry, via Overdog's podcast, "I said something to his son, disrespected his son or whatever because he pissed me off. Eddie was doing what a dad should do, and he wasn't really trying to get me on the ground." Eddie Alvarez recounts how the situation escalated in front of his family. While they were just trying to enjoy the show, Mike Perry allegedly started targeting his son and girlfriend. Alvarez tried to intervene quietly, switching seats to address it if needed, but Perry continued, talking down to his 130-pound son and daring him to respond. Then he even turned to Alvarez directly, acknowledging he was wrong, yet still challenging him to do something. In that moment, Alvarez felt trapped between keeping his family safe and dealing with a clearly drunk, unpredictable fighter.
But other than that, I'm with my family. We're enjoying the show. So Eddie turns to me and goes, "Dad," he's like trying to hit on Kira. He's trying to talk to Kira, and then he's telling me to like kind of bullying my son Eddie. So I'm like, let me just switch seats. Maybe Mike doesn't know. Maybe he's just not aware that that's my son and that's his girlfriend. So I switched seats with Chuck, my son Eddie's friend. And now I'm sitting directly behind Mike. And I'm like, look, at least if Mike tries to say something again, I'll be like, "Hey, Mike," because me and Mike are pretty cordial all night. I'll be like, "Hey, Mike, that's my son's girlfriend. Please don't do that." I'm still upset that he made Eddie, like, he bitched my son up and got him, like, bullied him. I'm like, my son's, like, super respectful. My kids ain't from where I'm from. They're not from the streets. They're respectful kids. They're suburb kids. They know how to fight, but they're not fighters. Mike turns to my son and basically telling him, like, that's going to happen. If you have a girl, guys are going to try to talk to him. It's like trying to, like he's his fucking father or something. I'm like, what are you doing, man? He's drunk as shit. And then he tells my son, he tells Eddie that he should do something about it. If he didn't like it, he should do something. So a 130-pound kid should do something to Mike Perry if he didn't like him trying to talk to his girl. And then he turns to me and says to me, "Hey, I'm sorry. I know I'm wrong, but I think you should do something about it." To my face like that. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Eddie Alvarez calls Mike a scumbag and said he once enjoyed Mike Perry's wild personality, believing it was mostly for show. But after what he witnessed at the event, his view completely changed. Seeing Perry's behavior around young women while his own family was present made Alvarez feel disgusted and protective at the same time. He prides himself on staying measured and avoiding trouble, yet in that moment he felt pushed somewhere he never wanted to be. Now, with the aftermath still raw, Alvarez makes it clear he has no regrets about how his side responded.
I used to like Mike Perry. I used to think the whole thing was an act. And I liked it. I liked the act of Mike Perry. The wild dude who does wild. And I thought maybe he just put it on for the camera. But it's not. He's an absolute No man leaves his wife at home to take care of the kids and then tries to talk and pick up teenage girls at an event while his wife ain't around, his wife's home, cooking, taking care of the kids. Like what are you doing, man? And wasted. Like, I'm like, he put me in a spot where I'm like, and I'm pretty patient and I'm pretty calculated, and I make sure like I don't fuck up or do shit wrong. He put me in a real fucked up spot, and I'm not sorry that my kids fucked him up. I have a 18-year-old kid and a 20-year-old kid. I'm not sorry that they fucked on him. I'm not. Or my wife hit him. I'm not sorry about that. I never will be. I should apologize that my friend Leandro jumped in and Eddie's best friend Chuck jumped in. That probably shouldn't have happened, but it did. I'm not in control of this situation, but nor did I want to be in this situation. I don't want to have this in front of me, you know, doing what he does, acting a fool.
Mike Perry responds to Eddie Alvarez and strongly rejects the accusations being made about him. He maintains he was just having fun and being friendly with people around him, and he believes the situation is being twisted into something it wasn't. Perry feels the claims are unfair and blown out of proportion, and with tensions rising, he warns that he is ready to stand his ground and challenge anyone to back up what they are saying. Mike Perry said, "He's a liar. You, Eddie. What I said was true because I was having a good time being nice to everyone who I crossed paths with, and you sat behind me, Abraham Kawa. Saw my hat land in my lap. We were 4-6 seats in front row. I turned around because my hat fell and saw a girl and your son slid in after I said, 'Excuse me, this is not a business transaction. You're an for saying this for drama, because now legal action will have to be taken and others will need to be interviewed. What was in that girl's cup? You say I said inappropriate things? What did I say? Forget you." Mike Perry recalls the night with a different spin, saying he felt welcomed by the Alvarez family and that the floor was chaotic and slippery. He remembers his wife taking a fall and admits he laughed, claiming it was just part of the messy, hectic start to the event. For Perry, it was an unpredictable and eventful night from the very beginning. Mike Perry said, "They welcomed me to Philly as one of their own, and that floor was slippery as heck, and his wife fell on her face. And I laughed at her looks like I was just down underneath everybody slipping for the first minute told y'all." Eventful Eddie Alvarez also opens up about why the altercation instantly became a group response. Where he comes from, family stands together no matter what, and he believes you cannot expect loved ones to sit back while one of their own is in trouble. To him, that loyalty is non-negotiable, and once the line is crossed, everyone moves as one. With that mindset in place, Alvarez makes it clear he is not backing down from how his family reacted.
Maybe this is like individual to me, but my kids and my family growing up, like in Philadelphia, if one person fights, everybody has to fight. If one of my sons come home fucked up and the other one doesn't, then the other one's in big trouble. So like, that's what happens when you fuck with a family. You know what I mean? You don't do that. So like, otherwise, why even have a family? You're just a group of individuals. So like, I'm sorry if that bothers people, but like, you just shouldn't fuck with people and their family. They work together, they work as a unit. So like, I don't apologize for anybody in my family jumping in and joining the festivities. I do apologize for friends of the side, but I have no control of that. So like, it is what it is. And that's the real story. Anything else you hear is 100% a lie.
So, that's it for today's video, and share your thoughts about this brawl between Mike Perry and Eddie Alvarez in the comments section. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos.